Everybody, it's Earth Angel Hills. Okay, and happy Venus Day, Freestyle Friday. I'm about to pull up the live stream on my laptop so I can follow along for this lesson today and I can see what you all see. Okay, and I'm also waiting for some people to join in. So I'm trying to make a habit of going live on Fridays, and I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in. So as you come in, put a like on the stream for me. Okay, but anyways, I'll get started. So I want to make a habit of going live on Fridays when I can, not only to like help with giving you guys the lessons, but also I've been doing a lot of custom orders and it's been more taxing than usual on my nerves and my forearms. So I'll share a few things with you guys about that process. Um, and make sure you put a like on the stream. I have some new gloves. I don't know where they have gone though. Where did my new gloves go? Because I wanted to show you guys what I've been wearing on my hands. Oh, here they are. Okay. All right. So I have these compression gloves I've been wearing just to alleviate a little stress on my hands while working. And I've also developed a new routine that will help with keeping my hands together. So that includes like doing a soak for my hands and putting like CBD, magnesium, balm on my arms, and also using a massage gun on my arms and stretching them throughout the day like this. Stretching my fingers because my hands feel great, but it's like these bone, muscle, nerves, or whatever that have been a little sore. But when I freestyle, I typically don't have that issue with like putting too much pressure on my hands. It's chain making that's doing that. So today, I don't know if I'm gonna work on my Etsy orders that are like the general orders that come in, but I do want to work on as much custom work that I can and that I have energy for. So I have, hey Andre, thank you for being here. I um I have a custom order and I have these stones from that customer that I'm going to unravel. I'm just trying to make sure I'm covering everything. But yeah, we can get right into it. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys what we're working on today. And I am totally starting from scratch with this. So this will be the first time I open these stones up. The customer who sent them to me lives in Germany right now. So he sent them from Germany. But he did show me a picture. There's Libyan desert glass and smoky quartz, I believe. And I'm going to read to you what he wrote me. He wrote, he was saying he has a piece of Libyan sand glass and smoky citrine that he would like to be made into a pendant so he can wear them on his chain. I would like for them the sand glass to be on the top And any creative, sturdy style is fine as long as it's a bit more masculine. So that is what we're keeping in mind. And in the other message, he said that he's not sure how well a design like this could work with these stones as they aren't too large. I do want the stones to be hidden. I don't want the stones to be hidden too much, but also not overly exposed. So we're keeping that in mind today as we're wrapping these stones. As you're coming in, please remember, like, you can chat in the group chat. You don't have to just watch, you can interact. And also put a like on the stream. I see we have like 4 people. So, okay, this is a nice, beautiful stone. And make sure. I'm really excited. I haven't worked on them a lot. I have 2 custom orders right now that have already put down payments. So I want to make their stuff, get it out the way, and then get started with other custom orders and freestyle designs. But maybe I'll just do these 2 custom orders and then freestyle, and then start more custom orders up like next week. Gonna be drinking some coconut smoothie. Stay hydrated. And hey, Josie1239, how are you? I'm doing well. If you missed the little intro, I'm working on a custom order today. I'm taking a sip of my coconut smoothie from Trader Joe's. And the customer is a male he's living in Germany, but he's from the States. And he wants me to wrap this Libyan desert glass along with this smoky citrine point, which ought to be pretty fun. I'm starting from scratch. I don't have any ideas in mind just yet, but all I know is he wants it to look a little masculine, and he doesn't want the stone to be too hidden or overly exposed. So we're going to see how we're going to go about this. And we're going to see, like, should I put a lot of wiring in it? Brainstorm the frames and whatnot. Usually when I'm wrapping raw stones like this, I just start building a frame. And then I like to design around it. But every once in a while, I might sketch something out for something like this. And yeah, I'm going to get my sketch pad so I can give myself some ideas a little bit of what I like to do. But yeah, it is gonna be freestyle. So let's see what comes to mind. Sometimes I like to look at my old sketchings to just draw some inspiration and remember what I'm capable of, because it's not all the time that I get to freestyle. Make sure you guys put a like on the stream. What does IDG mean? Love IDG. Give me hope tonight. Yeah, so I'm excited to wrap these, see what comes about. I want to do like probably freestyle mixed with some sketching. So freestyle mixed with sketching. And we're keeping it semi-masculine. So when I'm doing masculine stuff, I like to use square wire sometimes, especially for like the weaving patterns. And if you have any questions, you guys, um, yeah, and Andre, I know you asked something before about sketches, so hopefully I cover some of that today. But I'm brainstorming right now, like some of the sketches, some of the weaving patterns I might use, incorporate in such a piece. I could even see me like using a weaving pattern to go in between it. We'll see. Just wanna brainstorm a little bit. It's been a while since I've had the luxury of doing this. Because Etsy has had me in a headlock to the point where I'm like, I almost want to shut my store on vacation mode temporarily while I catch up with the orders and then just like take some time to freestyle and upload new pieces. Give myself a little breather, you know. And yeah. See a little something like this going on. Sometimes I like to create the weaving patterns and just place them near the stone so I could get like a idea in my head of what I want to do. See what the stones look like near it. It could even be nice to like wrap the stone and then put them together. I can see like me outlining the stones and then outlining the crystals as well. We shall see. This might be the more boring part. I don't know. Or maybe it's not. But I'm in my mind writing things out. Think about how I could go about. And sometimes it's just too much to like try to sketch. So it's best to just get started with like a freestyle. Because it's just, could be odd shapes and stuff. Yeah. So let me get some 12 gauge wire, which is what I would typically use for something like this. I don't know if this guy wants something so big. to where I'm using like 8 gauge. I wish I had some maybe a little bit in between that size. Okay. I kind of want to move the camera away from my head so I can feel like I have a little bit more space to think. So sometimes when I'm freestyling, I can feel like a little claustrophobic if I just don't have all the open space that I need. This is better. And I can see my screen in my chat. So if you have any questions, let me know. Maybe in the background I should play a little bird noises or something. Yeah, the raw stones are a bit more, you know, they're a bit more harder to do this with sometimes. This also reminds me of like a Ankh bottle. Actually, like how I have right here, which I can see something like that happening. Just kind of creating a frame to place it inside of. I want to get play some music in the back. I don't know exactly, you guys. This might feel a little more on the slower side, but I'm trying to brainstorm. It seems like it's gonna be a process today for me to do that. We'll see. I might do something like this because um thank you for liking the stream too, for who's ever watching. I'm just working through the motions, trying to see what to do with this lovely set of stones. I might have just found something because it was feeling like a brain fart. Hopefully, I have enough water because I hope I have enough wire because I like this actually a lot. So let's see. Let's hope I don't run out of wire. For what I'm trying to do here. I can't always add more. It's like almost just enough. Yeah, it's always just easier to freestyle because um it can get kind of annoying like otherwise. Like trying to follow a sketch for raw stones. I don't know why it's like that, but it's not. It's easy. It would be easier to like sketch for a raw stone like this, or even one like this. But for like the bigger ones, unless you're creating like a really big elaborate piece, for me it can be frustrating trying to sketch something or have some like pre-formed shape to put the stones in. It's always just easier for me to like flow like this. So I don't really need the sketch pad anymore. It's clearly a Freestyle Friday. And now that we have this stone, we're going to build from here. We're going to build from here, secure it, and add detail. Because this is how he had it held in the photo that he sent me. So I know that I want to get. I know I want to get one of my weaving patterns going with the. This is 12 gauge round wire, by the way, and I know that I want to use some 19 square wire to create a weaving pattern. Is it still echoing, Andre? If it is echoing, then it's probably because of the music that I'm playing. Let me know, somebody. Is it still echoing in the sound? Anyhow, uh, I don't know if anybody's able to chat. Um, but if you hear echo, please make a comment to let me know that you hear an echo. And if you don't hear echo, you can say no echo. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, I have 19 square gauge. Now I'm looking for 30 gauge round wire to create a weaving pattern with. So this is just like a circle pattern, weaving pattern. It's one of the easiest ones probably. Just a 30 gauge wire and three three strips of the square 19 gauge wire side by side with the 30 going around it. If you've watched other videos from me, you'll probably know that with my style, I like to use like certain weaving patterns. Well, I make everything like pretty universally between like male and female. I make them to look like not too feminine, not too masculine, pretty balanced. And how I do that, I like to put curves with sharper angled designs. Like, so instead of just having all circles, I have like a little sharpness right here. Then this square wire is more of like a masculine kind of feel versus round wire is like more of a feminine kind of feel. So when I put them together, it like balances the piece out. I can also use my drill to make this go like a little bit quicker, but I don't mind just holding it today. Okay. So I'm gonna make this like a little bit longer. Thanks, Andre. Yeah, this is a less talkative live stream, I guess. Also because nobody ever really asks questions about like anything. So maybe that just maybe people just like to watch more so, and just visualize. I would like to get into like OBS streaming software because you can like play music through there directly onto your live stream. I just know I'll need a new laptop and a new system and stuff to like storage and space to operate that kind of system, but a lot of streamers use that. So in the future, that would be something that I try to get into to have like better streams to where I can like just make the user experience even more enjoyable. I've been seeing a lot of fragrance videos popping up in my algorithm, and I enjoy watching it. I know you know your way around lovely kisses. Yeah, I'm. That's interesting. What kind of fragrance videos are they like? Trying to make fragrances? Are they showing people how to make them? What about fragrance? Since you can't smell fragrance through the screen, I'm curious about that. Since this is not set in stone and the stones are moving around, I'm trying to like secure things right now. The reason why to connect it in the front because there's nothing for it to connect to in the back. I hope I like what this grows to look into, or else I will start over. tightened it too much, too tight. I'm feeling like the frame is like not as firm as I would like for it to be. So I'm really brainstorming on how I would continue with this design because if it's not as firm as I want it to be, like I would start over with a different method of how I wrap it. So I'm just trying to say like what would be worth it and how I should continue the design. Which really could just be requiring a little bit more patience from me and thought brainstorming. if I did use a thicker wire, then I would probably like, I know I would have more security, so I'm just trying to, I'm just thinking about how I'm about to do this. It's super tricky stabilizing it to the point where I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I have to take my time with it. Because what I could do is more of a weaving cage for them. So I'm just kind of browsing things that I've done or styles that I've done before. To get an idea. Another thing that would be cool if I did like flat wire. Like, let me get my flat wire out and see how that looks. I don't use this wire like a whole lot, but I have some flat copper wire. This would actually be a dope piece to like do some soldering and stuff with. So I could see myself like, yeah, it's not really, it's the part right here that's not stable. Not the top. The top part is pretty good, but I know I could easily just bend this open. Well, hopefully you guys learned something from just watching, because in the event that I do take it down, like take it apart, I might just do a different live stream if I start getting progress in the direction that I like. Now, the other thing he messaged, I think he likes how I wrap my opalite moon crescents with the wiry design. So I might do something like that. And he likes how I made my 7 design. So maybe I can fuse those two together. I'll show you guys what that looked like. You like this one, and this one. So I might start over and like kind of find a way to do something like this mixed with this here. Yeah. So that will likely be the move. because this is nice, but it's frustrating me too much. So I'm just gonna have to take it down, yeah, which is not always fun, but sometimes necessary. So I'm going to start a new live. And yeah, if I like the way I go with the new direction, I'll show you guys how that turns out.